Hello and welcome to Bay 1. This is Jafamaraxi on the 12th of Thursday, the 12th of January 2017. And today we are doing an overview of the latest patch notes for Robocraft. And Killing Psycho, welcome to the stream. You're already here. Awesome. Propellers is the name of the game today. But let's go over, see what they did on, or through the Free Jam team did on the forums and website and all that kind of stuff. So, words are a weapon of war. Do not be tricked by the enemy. Welcome to the Daily Robot. God, my voice, this is really sucks because I've got a cold. Anyway, the Daily Robot, words are a weapon of war. Peace and order restored. The battle to controls to the CF throne displaced thousands of CS citizens and caused almost an octillion galactic dollars in damage to CF cities across the Milky Way. All efforts by UG senior diplomat S. Mandala failed to bring an end to the fighting, while the dastardly E14 government denied their involvement in the events that led to the fighting. At the height of their despair, our noble citizens heard the thunderous roar of their salvation. The ancient Brotherhood of Quan, whatever, I don't know. Emerging from their distant stronghold, orbiting the black hole Sagittarius A star, the rumble of Brotherhood's propeller-driven fighters heralded our people's deliverance from the petty rebel lords and clan chieftains with the cleansing plasma. With the rebel positions broken, the Brotherhood's quad-propeller transports delivered the troops, securing the capital planet and shattering the last vestiges of the resistance. With the capital secured, a propeller-driven craft dubbed the Brotherhood delivered our glorious liberator to the palace, and he emerged to announce that the fighting was over. And then something to do with a child's wisdom. The venerable Brotherhood of Quan brought our honourable citizens their salvation, the direct descendant of our Emperor Fanelli through parthenogenesis, the child Emperor J. Bentley Allen the Liberator. Okay, this is just insane in terms of what they're creating for story. The boy Emperor is only 12 years of age, but is wise beyond his years. Trained in the ancient art of Jira by his master and guardian Imperial Regent C. Coles, our benevolent benefactor mastered over a dozen musical instruments and composed his first symphonic opera at the age of 5. A skilled pilot and tactician, he personally planned the retaking of the capital and led the assault from a Brotherhood propeller-driven aircraft. He served by the most powerful Jira masters in the galaxy. The Emperor's agents hunt the last rebels who dare resist the will of our Emperor. It is, I know. This is weird, Killing Psycho said. Grand Inquisitor Robert hunts His Excellency's enemies, and our gracious leader has declared that all remaining rebels will be cast into the pit to fight for the honor and glory of CF citizens. Our Emperor stated in an official decree, the CF Alliance will no longer tolerate the mockery of E14 and UD diplomats. The military might of our alliance is its strength, and only through strength will we build a thriving empire. And now, visions of the future. Science fiction author J.R. Tyra describes a vision of the year 25202 where pilots and soldiers are no longer trained but engineered through a unique genetic enhancement program, creating a ranking of all troops on the battlefield. The enhanced locus observation ELO technology will allow AI-driven battle software to choose a soldier with the most appropriate genetic markers and enhancements for the battle. Basically, that's an indicator that better ELO system or something like that. And ace pilots needed. Talk to your CF recruitment officer today. And then happy Martian blueprint. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that is basically a fancy way of saying, hey, there's propellers. So let's go to the actual patch notes. They are available today. I will be taking a quick look at them, providing I don't have to sell my soul to get them. So anyway, sky's the limit, so fly on in it. Chocks away, it's time to take to the skies with the new propeller parts that were added to the game today, January 12th. These two new propellers are intended as an alternative to thrusters, allowing players to build a wider variety of robots than ever before. So we've got the Propeller Tomahawk, which is 5,000 robits, and the Propeller Thunderbolt, which is 25,000 robits. Forge costs 5,000, 25,000, health 45,000, 125,000, so they should have pretty high health. Robot CPU load 50 P flops, 100 P flops, max speed 168 versus 175, mass 150 versus 300, so you get over double health, although it is 5 times the cost. For double the CPU or P flops. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Connection points 5, rare and epic. Lead designer Sergi says propellers have been optimized to be used with heavy flyer builds, which is different to our traditional thrusters, which are more suited to lighter robot builds. They are also bidirectional in terms of force, which should give flyers more strategic options than before. So basically, they can go forward and backwards. In addition to the new propellers, we squish some bugs too. See full details in the patch notes. So we go to the patch notes. Of course, we've got the propellers in there. Bug fixes. Fixed a bug which caused all pit games to share the same chat. Fixed a bug where the language table is cut off for players whose screen resolution is 800 by 600. Fixed a bug for Chinese language Linux players which prevented some characters from appearing on inventory item names. Glass cube block translated into Japanese. Fixed an issue that made the OK button disappear on the battle results screen if you or a player sends a friend request and you are already at the maximum amount of permitted friends. Okay, cool. So, done with the boring stuff. Let me get the game itself launched and see if I have enough robots to actually get these propellers. So, hold on just a second. Let's get logged in. Oh, we're going to do my crappy bronze. Oh well. What do we get in my rusted crate today? And we got the little announcement about the propeller update. Rusty crate. Dun 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 dun. We have a bunch of trash. Oh, I got our cosmetic Rhino 8 jaw right. Cool. And onto my horrible robot that I designed for the last thingy. How many robots do I have? Probably none. Let's go to the forge, see. Oh, I got 89,000. Okay. Do I have any from... Oh, I've got earnings. Let's collect my 2,300 points of earnings. And so now I need to go and forge these thingies. So where are they? They're under movement parts. And we have a Thunderbolt and a Tomahawk. Let's get 2 Thunderbolts, 2 Tomahawks. Let's forge those. Kun Psycho said, I did a robot build with propellers, it's total shit, but something is something, lol. And then the Maxinator says sup, and Ryan Lowe says sup. So hello everyone. So I've not even taken a look at the propellers yet. Let's go and build a bay for this. So play, edit robot, and let's just need something so that we can actually get these placed. Mirror mode will be helpful. Alright, so how does cube placement work? Actually, I need to build this a little bit out to test this fully. So, where'd they go? Oh, here. Propeller Thunderbolts. So, in terms of span, there are 1, 2... Oh, get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are 5.5 because you're not going to be able to overlap them. So 11 blocks wide, basically. You might as well call it, yeah, 11 blocks. Okay. 5 connection points. So if we look here, the actual connection points are all on the back here. And what are the other ones? Those were the Tomahawks, which are a lot smaller. Actually, no, they're the same size. They kind of look oh, they're not the same size. Alright, so these are a lot smaller. So these are 4 blocks wide. Okay. And now to see how they can actually be mounted, you can mount them on the sides. You can mount them on the top. Question is, can they be mounted top and bottom and one front, one back? Let's turn off mirror mode and test. Someone just joined my clan. Awesome. So absolutely simple design. The question is, will the propellers or these even work for any kind of movement? So back to main menu. I should have just gone to test my robot. Well, they definitely allow forward and backwards movement. There's no turning control with them, so I'll need some other mode to actually control turning, at least with this particular design. Maybe if I change the control method on the camera. Alright, so what happens if we change this so that these are now forward facing, and then put those other ones top and bottom? And then also change the control method. So back here we've got control method, change to, nope, camera control steering. Let's test. Okay, so there is no steering control with these. They're good for movement, but you're going to need some other method to actually control rotation of your vehicle. But I like the fact that you can literally just use them on their own like that. Wow. This could be pretty trippy. Only thing that's even allowing... Oh, so I can kind of steer. This is bizarre. Because it's in a tumble, yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so that's propellers, basically. So, yeah, you spin me right round, baby, right round. So practical uses of them. I mean, they do have a fair amount of hit points. They've got a pretty big section behind them. So let's compare this. So we've got the propeller there, which that has... I'm going to have to take it off so I can actually see the stats. A little bit stupid, but anyway. So propeller Tomahawk, 50p flops, mass is 150 kilograms, maximum speed is 168, speed loss after 1300 kilograms, and then you compare that to this. So this doesn't have this doesn't really have carry mass, other than I guess the 13,000 kilograms. And then so the closest comparison would be a rotor blade Invader if you're trying to compare it to traditional rotor blades. Mass is 16.4 kilograms, so that's a small fraction of the mass. Max speed is 165, so max speed is barely faster for the propellers. And then let's compare this with the thrusters, which thrusters aren't anywhere near the same kind of cost. So, but in terms of CPU hit points, 39,000, so basically 40,000 compared to 45. And then for this one, 100p flops. I mean, again, there's a hell of a lot more hit points. So it's a smaller hit box in many ways, but I'm going to have to see what can be done with these to make them more viable. The down point is there doesn't appear to be any kind of turning capability with them, but you could potentially combine them with the rotor blades or something like that to add that capability. So, or even maybe hovers could do that. But yeah, so that is the new propellers. I will be back in a couple of minutes to actually stream some stupid designy type things. I may or may not be playing in platoons. I don't know, because it's kind of a little bit bad trying to do platooning if you are building things. So we'll see about that. But anyway, that's it for this part of the stream. Don't forget to subscribe or like or do whatever on whichever service you happen to be on. And we'll see you in a few minutes, or see you next time. Goodbye.